boy, sweet boy. I'm just talking to my friends on the internet right now. I thought that was quite brilliant strategic thinking, actually. I love a soft pretzel. For not being perfect, it's still pretty good. Anyways, stop babbling, Alberta. Felt like a journey to get here. Hello, my friends. I'm here with the mini mic to share an outfit with you, and I'm about to transition this outfit from work from home cozy to nipping out for errands cozy, and I thought we could do that together while I have you here. So this is what I've been wearing to work from home today, starting with this absolutely beautiful vintage cardigan. This, I think I've already talked about in a recent video. I thrifted it a few years ago and it was just languishing in my repair pile. And I finally got around to repairing it. I replaced all of the buttons. Tragically, the original brown mother of pearl buttons were, I think it was only 3 out of the 10 were intact. There were a few missing and then the rest were damaged. So I replaced all of the buttons with some kind of silvery shell buttons that I had kicking around in my collection. And then I've got my coziest, comfiest, trustiest, most worn, most beloved red sweats. Just know, if you ever see me wearing a different pair of pants, I would rather be wearing these. So I'm really happy with this cozy little outfit to work from home. And then because I've just been click-clacking away on my computer all day, I've got a cozy pair of wool socks. These ones are the popcorn polka dot sock from Smart Wool. They're great. I usually get myself a pair or two of Smart Wool socks each year. I like to get a new pair for hiking and a new pair for being cozy. They last much longer than a single year, but it's a little tradition I have with myself. Anyways, stop babbling, Alberta. So the next step, I need shoes, I need outerwear, I need a bag. Let's get it. Outerwear, I'm just going this olive Mac jacket, and it's drizzly and yucky out there, so this will keep me nice and dry. I'm just gonna throw on my suede Boston clogs. Cozy, easy, comfy. All my stuff is in this bag. I actually think that's really cute. Yeah, honestly, a lot of times the easiest option is the one that I go for when it comes to a quickie little pop out to the grocery store. I think that's it, my friends. That's the outfit. Off to go and pick up some cans of butter beans. Okay, that's all I have to say about this one, but I will be back with another very shortly. And I would love to hear in the comments if you like the audio with the mini mic. Let me know. Hi, I'm back with another outfit, and I'm doing a little bit of a riff on one that I put together in my recent fall styling video, where I spent some time working on some different ideas for fall. And this is a bag that I really want to be wearing more. I made it a few years ago, and I just think it's so cute. And it really adds something that I don't have enough of in my bag collection to an outfit, which is texture. This is a big focus for me with my bags. I've got a great variety of colors. I've got a great variety of silhouettes for bags, but I don't have the variety in texture that I am looking for. I'm currently obsessing over this leather treatment, this leather chain link. I say currently, but I've probably not stopped thinking about it for more than a day at a time in the last 4 years. I just think it's so cool. Anyways, this bag, I like the texture that it brings. And I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to get away with just wearing this. I'll bring a jacket with me, but I'm only gonna be outside for, the distance between my house and the car, because I'm going to shoot some content with a client that I shoot with on a monthly basis. These are the paint splattered Carhartts that I've been reaching for all the time lately. Absolutely loving them. And then this little sweater, it's an alpaca blend that I thrifted. It's hand knit, and I thrifted it a few years ago. And it really sings at this time of the year. It's the perfect weight as a standalone. It's soft and comfortable enough that I don't need a base layer under it. And I love the little bracelet sleeves and the high neck. I just think it's so great. It's such a great little easy neutral. And then to finish the outfit, I think I'm gonna do my Boston clogs. Just keep it kind of simple and neutral and let the bag really be the focal color. I do love the way that this bag looks with my red clogs, or with red in general. I really love turquoise and red together. I think they're a really beautiful combo, but I think for today, I want the bag to be the focal point. So I'm gonna do Boston clogs and I'm gonna head out the door. That's it, that's me today. And I'm gonna be back soon with another outfit for you. Hi, I'm back with another outfit. And I just got out of the shower. I'm having a little bit of not a bad day at all, just my schedule is really all over the place today. I usually do my workouts at Legree or at home or go for my walks early in the day. And today I did a noon class just because that was what was available. And the class was great as always, but it really just threw my whole shit off. And now I'm dressed and I'm cozy and I'm feeling good, but it felt like a journey to get here. I've got this little heather gray headband. I would really like to find more headbands like this. This one I just bought cheapy at the drugstore. It came in a 2-pack. And I would like to find one that's a nicer fabric. I'd love to find navy. I'd love to find one that's kind of ribbed with maybe some stripe action, because I quite like, as I've been talking about bandanas a lot. I like having something to hold my hair back and just keep it out of my face. And I feel like this headband is great. And then the rest of the outfit is very cozy. I'm all different shades of gray today. And I'm wearing sweater and pants, both from Canadian brand Bare Knitwear, which is a knitwear brand that I 100% recommend. It's just beautiful quality, beautiful fibers, sustainably made. I think they're really, really great. It's all designed in Vancouver. This is the Jude alpaca sweater. It's 100% baby alpaca. It feels like wearing a hug. And I wore this to my wedding, actually. And then these pants I've had for several years, and they're a cotton knit, but quite a thick cotton, so they feel really cozy and feel really luxurious. And I really like having a soft pant that still feels a little bit elevated. It still feels like it's an outfit. It doesn't quite feel like pajamas or like sweatpants, but it's just as comfy. I've got shearling slippies, of course. And then for just a little pop of color, I've got these fun magenta socks that I've been getting lots of wear out of. And to be totally honest, I've still got just a little bit of a chill. So I think I'm gonna put on my little shruggy poncho. So aesthetically, I don't love the kind of light gray, dark gray, light gray, dark gray pattern that this has made, but just from a comfort standpoint, I want to be wearing something cozy because I need to go and get cracking on the computer. I think I'm gonna put the kettle on too, have a nice hot cup of tea. Gorgeous. I'll be back soon with another outfit. Hello, my friends. I'm back with another outfit for you. I'm getting picked up momentarily by a friend of mine, and we're going to the mall, which interestingly enough, I think this is kind of contrary to my actual shopping habits, my actual values. I don't really shop at the mall, but I love the mall. I love to go and look around. I used to work in visual merchandising, so I'm always curious to see what that's looking like these days. I love a soft pretzel. I love to go to Sephora and just kind of wander around and look at all the things that I don't use or understand. I'm just a curious person. I enjoy it. And then after the mall, my friend is coming back here and we're doing a full styling session for her because her engagement party is next week. And we've been working on her outfit together. All of the pieces are here, and this will be the first time putting the whole outfit together. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. We've got kind of just a nice, fun little morning and afternoon to hang out and bop around together. It's gonna be lovely. And this is what I'm wearing. Starting up close, I've got my magnetism ploy pin. Michelle made this, and I love the clear quartz. I love the little pony. I think that's so special, and I really like the way that it sits on the strap of this bag. So the pin and the bag are both from magnetism, and I haven't really been carrying this bag as much in recent weeks as I did over the summer. I feel like I wore it constantly over the summer, And then I haven't really been reaching for it as much lately, but in a recent styling session, I tried it on with this sweater, and I just love the way that this gray works with the brown and the black. I just think that looks really delicious. So I thought today was a good day to bring that out. This is my favorite thrifted sweater. It's 100% lamb's wool. It's the perfect weight. It's the perfect shape, the perfect fit, the perfect color. It's just absolutely tens across the board. And I've recently put a lot of time and energy into repairing it. And I'm down to, I'm very proud to say, my very last hole right there. That's the very last repair that I need to do on this sweater. And then it'll be fully moth hole free, which is exciting. When I bought it, it was full of moth holes, and I liked the fit of it so much, and it's just the perfect gray. And I bought it anyways, even though it was full of holes. It was really inexpensive, and I knew I had the skills to fix it, and I knew that this fit was kind of just special, which I will admit doesn't really translate on camera, but it's just, you gotta take my word for it. It's the comfiest, the coziest, and it just kind of always feels correct. I'm really proud of myself. I've really been working away on my repair pile, and I've been making some progress. And then for pants, I've got these cream slouchy barrel leg pants that I made from thrifted fabric. Cozy, easy, and I've got my little Keen Jasper sneakers. Because we're gonna be walking around the mall, I just wanna be comfortable, keeping it simple. I'm not taking a jacket because we're gonna be inside the whole time. The one thing I might take is a bandana in case I get a little bit overstimulated by my hair. I'm trying to leave my hair down because I finally caved and bought a blow dryer with a diffuser attachment. And I'll be damned, it makes a big difference. Those curly talk people were right after all. I'll be back soon with another one. Hello, my friends. Got another outfit for you. I'm just in the process of deciding on a bag. And I haven't really recorded any outfits this week because it has been so dark every day. It feels like it's the dead of night at, noon here right now, especially the last few days have been really gloomy. I really wanted to share my outfit yesterday, but it was just too dark to shoot. So maybe I'll just include a quick photo and even my index layout board so you can see. It was a good one for a rainy day, and I'll definitely repeat it at some point. But I've found myself a few times this week setting the camera up to record my outfit and just realizing there's literally no point. But that's not the case today. So I'm getting ready to head out shortly here, and this is what I'm wearing. I've got my trusty James Street chunky low pullover, one of my most worn and very favorite items in my whole wardrobe. And then I've been getting a ton of wear out of these OG 107 military fatigues that came out of storage recently. I've worn them so much already, so I'm really, really glad that I decided to give those a try and see if they fit, because I love them. I've got my little embroidered slippies and fluffy alpaca socks down at the south end of this outfit. And then I'm trying to decide on a bag. I really love this red with the green. The only thing is the drop on the strap of this is annoying with a chunky knit. Yeah, see, that's just too annoying. I can't do that. Okay, I've done this striped bag and embroidered slipper combo a lot lately. I really, really like it. So I think today I'm just gonna switch it up, and I'm gonna take this yellow bag. I need to be able to fit my notebooks, my wallet, my tripod, all that kind of stuff. I won't fit my tripod in the bag, but I need to be able to fit all my bits and bobs for this meeting. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So that's the outfit, and I hope I'll be back again soon with another one. Hello. It's very, very dark and gloomy, and I'm being picked up by a friend momentarily. But you know what? I'm not letting that stop me from sharing my outfit. Like I said, I'm getting picked up by my pal. It's her engagement party in T-minus 2 days. So we're making a trip to Sephora for some last minute bits, bobs, etc. And this is what I'm wearing. Because it's raining, I've got my vintage olivey Mac jacket, the color of which will quite literally never be captured correctly on camera. All of my stuff was already in my yellow leather bag from yesterday, so I'm just carrying that again. And then I've got this beautiful brown vintage cardigan that I fixed up and have been wearing lots. The white pants that I made. I've got my red clogs and these cutie little socks from Smartwool that kind of have a little polka dot vibe to them. Cozy, easy, and because we're going to Sephora, I might keep my eyes peeled for a couple of little makeup bits. I'm curious about what more I could be doing as far as lips go. You know, I think like every other red-blooded person, the Nina Park makeup looks have got me in a tizzy, and I'm curious. We'll see. I'm not committed, but I'm intrigued. So we'll see what the folks at Sephora have to offer. And I wore this brown because for my friend's engagement party, I'm wearing a brown top, the one that I bought for my brother-in-law's wedding over the summer. So I'm wearing something in the same color just so I can really get kind of the full idea if I do try some makeup-y bits on. I thought that was quite brilliant strategic thinking, actually. And there's my friend. Okay, see you soon. You guessed it, I'm back with another outfit. I'm about to head out to the thrift store. I just feel like I need a little cruise through the racks. I'm gonna put my headphones in, put on my cozy murder mystery audiobook, and just go see what the thrift spirits have for me today. So what I really want to talk about is the top half of this outfit. You all know this rugby shirt. It's one of my most beloved and most worn pieces in my wardrobe, but I hardly ever reach for it once the weather cools down. It's my go-to for warm transitional weather. I wear it all summer long. I wear it in the spring. I wear it a little bit in the fall, but as soon as it gets too cold, it's never something that I want to layer with something over it. I really don't ever like to see two collars, which I know is a silly, it's very personal to me. It's a sensory thing. I would never wear a jacket over this. I just don't like that. And that's fine. I'm allowed to not like those things. However, when a specific ick of mine interferes with getting the most use possible out of my garments, I'm looking for solutions. And years ago, I came across this image on Pinterest with the rugby layered with the turtleneck, and I knew I had to figure that out. I've been looking for a heather gray, fine gauge turtleneck for years at the thrift, and it just wasn't happening. So I ended up scooping this one from Uniqlo. It's one of their cashmere blend heat tech. It's got, like 2% cashmere or something in it. But I really liked the fit. I really don't like to see a seam for a turtleneck. I prefer a mock neck or a high neck that's all one piece. And I feel like I never really see those at the thrift. So it was close enough to the right color. Do I wish it were just a snick lighter? Absolutely. But it was close enough to the right color. It was the right shape. It was the right price point. And honestly, I just really wanted to have this rugby back in my rotation. So it felt like the right time to make it happen. For not being perfect, it's still pretty good. And I love the way that it looks layered with this. I just think that's so cozy. It feels easy. It doesn't feel fussy. You'll notice that I don't do a ton of layering, especially on my top half, because I just find it fussy and annoying. But this feels really, really comfortable. And I really like the way that it looks. It feels quite different for me. It's something that I don't really play with a lot of turtlenecks. And this rugby shirt is one of a kind in my wardrobe. So it's kind of fun to do these two as a pair. The rest of the outfit, I'm wearing my cropped faded black jeans. And I've got my little cotton Mary Janes and some fluffy alpaca socks. My cat trying to knock me over. And hi, sweet boy. I'm just talking to my friends on the internet right now. And then I've got my red bag. Real ones will remember. To be honest, I haven't been carrying this much lately. And I find especially as we transition into colder weather and the layers are bulkier, it doesn't have a great drop on the strap. I feel like I talked about this in a video recently. I'm having deja vu. Anyways, it's not really the most practical or comfortable bag to be throwing on over a chunky knit or over a coat. So gotta take the opportunities to wear it when I can get them. That's the outfit. I'll be back soon with another one. Wish me luck at the thrift. Hello, my friends. I'm here with an outfit for you. It's evening, as I'm sure you can tell. The lighting is horrific, and typically I wouldn't bother, but I really wanted to show this one. I'm getting ready to walk out the door in a few minutes for my husband's friends and then work Christmas parties. And I was talking in the most recent vlog for ages, frankly, about elevating the pieces that you already have in your wardrobe for evening within reason. Of course, I'm not going anywhere capital F fancy. There's no black tie events on my calendar this season, but for a low-key gathering at a friend's house and then for dinner at, you know, a nice restaurant, nothing wild, for work, for Ben's work, this is what I'm wearing. And this is actually a variation on what I wore to the last Christmas dinner that we went to for the clinic. I actually think I wore some of the same accessories. Maybe I'll try and dig up that video and insert alongside. But one of my favorite styling tricks for specifically holiday, evening, low key, but you want to feel put together, cardigan as a top. Obviously this is not revolutionary, but I really think that it looks beautiful and it keeps you warm and comfortable. I'm not going to be out here freezing in a silk blouse. You know what I mean? We're in Canada, for crying out loud. We got to be practical. So this is a beautiful 1960s, I suspect, wool knit, and I've buttoned it mostly up, and I think it looks really, really lovely. And then I've gone again with my slouchy corduroy trousers. These are also thrifted, and I talked about them in my last video. I really love this for a holiday evening vibe. I think it's a beautiful texture. I think it feels really cozy. It feels like a nice combo. I really like the balance. And then the whole point of this video, and really the name of the game for me when it comes to elevated styling, is all about the accessories. They are what is doing the heavy lifting for me with this outfit. Because if I didn't have this cool belt and this beautiful clutch and these earrings, I could just grab a tote bag, go run some errands, and nobody would look twice. But because I've elevated things with this beautiful vintage eelskin clutch that's got that really special shine, and it feels evening because it's a clutch, like it just gives a different energy. This belt is by my sweet friend's brand called Sonia Lee. They're based in Toronto, and it's just beautiful. It's detailed, it adds a little bit of shine. It also adds a bit of toughness. Also, I want to pause and apologize if you can hear my cat screaming in the background. We're getting near his dinner time and we're getting ready to leave the house, so he's a little, you know, he's feeling hot and bothered, but his dad's gonna feed him right away. Don't worry. He's not missed a single meal on our watch, even though he would definitely tell you otherwise. I'm also relying on this little styling trick that, again, I talked about in my recent vlog and I talk about all the time. I've got mismatched earrings. It's a subtle mismatch. They're two similar pairs of sterling silver drops, just in slightly different shapes. And I think that that adds a really nice level of visual interest that's subtle but impactful. And I lean on this trick a lot. And I actually wore these out just the other evening for my friend's engagement party last weekend. But I ended up leaving my hair down and I feel like that detail kind of got lost. So tonight I made sure to pull my hair back because I really, really appreciate this detail and I feel like it does a lot of work to elevate the outfit. I did just a really subtle lip. I've got that Violette Lip Nectar in Batiste that I've just been loving. I've talked about a lot. And then for shoes, I've just got a pair of little black cotton Mary Janes. Really, really simple. And I've paired them with a fluffy Angora sock. I don't really see much of that detail because the trousers are really long. Here comes my cat. Get ready. Hi, buddy. But it'll keep me nice and cozy this evening at our first destination. Yes, I know, you're gonna be fed momentarily. At our first destination, we're gonna be taking our shoes off because we're gonna be inside someone's home. So I wanted to have a fluffy sock. I didn't wanna have a barefoot moment. That's a big no-no for me. Yes, I know, darling. So this is the final outfit. It's simple, it's comfortable, it's practical for the events that I'm attending this evening. It feels elevated from my everyday, but it's using pieces that were already in my closet. None of these pieces are really extraordinary. You know, they're kind of just everyday pieces. It's corduroys and a cardigan, but it's really the accessories that are lifting this up and making it feel special, making it feel elevated. One final detail before I walk out the door. I added my magnetism ploy pin to my brown wool vintage coat that's long, just for a little hit of detail even when I'm bundled. Okay, I really am going now. Bye. Hi, I'm back with another outfit. It's a miserable rainy day. It's raining cats and dogs out there. And my husband and I are heading out to go and do our favorite little shop bop. Go to the stationery store, the bookstore, maybe even a cheeky stop at the bakery. Who knows? This is what I'm wearing. Up close, I've got this vintage, thrifted Australian Outback waxed, actually it's not wax, it's oilcloth cap with this little sterling silver brooch. Keeps me nice and dry. The knit is from Toast. It was very kindly gifted and I've been wearing it lots this fall. Jacket is thrifted. It's not the best for waterproof, but that's okay. I'm prepared to get a little bit damp if need be. I've got my trusty red sweats, and then I've got these lace front natural rubber gum boots that always leave me feeling like a cool Scandinavian mom. Got my little striped waterproof bag and my trusty red sweats, which I think I already mentioned. And now I'm heading out the door. I'll be back again soon.